Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next movie review. And so today I'll be reviewing, well, the very massive box office bomb that is of the movie Borderlands. So, sorry, 1 second here. This will probably interrupt my thing. So, I'm just turning down my fan. So if you hear that noise, I'm turning it down. Yeah, so Borderlands. Able to see it. It's quickly disappearing. It's been quickly disappearing for theaters. For 2 weeks now. Now I know probably people were thinking, why am I not such as mad as this movie? Because this film was panned by critics, has a very low rating on IMDb at like a 4.3. And it has a 10% of Rotten Tomatoes. Because at the time, upon its release, it originally was at 6%. Then it went to 9. Then it went to 10. So, but I think it's now 10% of Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, when I heard on its release day, I'm like, wow, people really hated this movie so bad. Now, okay. Like I said, now, if you think I'm gonna be it's gonna be a full-on rant, like rage and rant, it's not. Now, the film is not a good movie. Yes, it's not a good movie at all. But I don't think it's as crazy, full-on bad as people and critics are making it out to be. I don't think it's not that full-on crazy bad. To me, it's just a boring, bland, generic movie. It's not to the point where this sucks all to high heaven. This is the worst movie of the year. To me, first of all, it's not the worst movie of the year. There are films I've seen are much worse than this movie. To me, it's a boring, bland, forgettable, generic movie. That's what it is. Now, I'm not the one to talk, because I've never played the Borderlands video games. I never have. I only know of a few of the characters from the games I've heard from online, and etc. Like the character Roland, that's played by Kevin Hart, or Tiny Tina, that's played by Ariana Greenblatt. And I think that's about it. I don't know anything about the premise of the games or anything like that. So, I am nothing about the games. So, don't expect me to make any comparisons because I don't know anything about the games. So, but like I said, it's not the worst movie of the year I've seen, because there's films I've seen a lot worse. I know Madam Web is a lot worse than this. Night Swim, probably is worse than this, because they're trying to take an idea that's so silly and make it as a serious movie. Night Swim, I think, is worse than this. What else? It's been a bad year for me. I know Madam Web, Night Swim. What else? Fudge. It'll come to me though, but oh, that's right. What was that magical world of the N-word? It's in the poster. What should I say? Was the magic world of Negroes. Don't blame me. That's the name of the movie. So don't blame me. Oh, you racist. No, that's what the name of the movie is. The magical world of Negroes. So don't say before you go jump as, oh, you're racist. It's in the frickin' title of the movie. So that's not me, okay? But anyway, that movie, to me, that's worse than this. And I know there's a couple more. I just can't think of the top of my head because it's been a long year so far. But, oh yeah, I'll probably say the next movie review after this movie, for sure, I would say is worse than this movie. For a variety of reasons. That's coming up after this movie review, so you'll see. I think there are characters that are much dumber than the people in this movie, and from a certain director as well is much worse than this director. Which honestly, but thing is though, at the same time, they got director Eli Roth to make this movie. I'm like, so Eli Roth, the director of Hostel 1 and 2, Cabin Fever, what was the other film he directed from the Eli? Well, I actually did not mind the remake of Death Wish, to be fair. But he directed Knock Knock. That's Keanu Reeves' worst movie. He directed that piece of crap film, erotic movie horror film, Knock Knock. That was a piece of shit. But I did not mind the remake of Death Wish from 2018 that starred Bruce Willis. I did not mind that film, honestly. Honestly, I think that's Eli Roth's best film, but I ain't saying much. The House with the Clock on its Walls, I have not seen, which I think is the reason why Jack Black, Cate Blanchett are in this, because Eli Roth used Cate Blanchett and Jack Black from that movie and put them in this movie. Well, the thing is, why get director Eli Roth to make a film that's based on a video game? Honestly, it is his biggest budgeted film, but why? Why you get this director to direct a Borderlands movie? And of course, also the thing is that the film was originally going to be R-rated, but then, and of course, this film was principal filmography or photography or filming, whatever you call it. It took place in 2021 when it was during the pandemic, and it was going to be R-rated, and then. So it was like basically filmed 3 years ago, but test screenings were bad, which I could see why. But so they had to do some extensive reshoots in last year, 2023, with the director of Tim Miller, the director of the first Deadpool film, and Terminator: Dark Fate, because Eli Roth wasn't available because he was making his Thanksgiving movie from Grindhouse from last year. Which honestly, that's right. Another forgot. Yeah, I enjoy. I enjoy the Thanksgiving film. It was one of the better horror films from last year. That's right. Eli Roth directed that because he directed his segment of that Grindhouse movie. But I actually forgot about that, honestly. But I like the Thanksgiving movie. Yeah. So honestly, yeah, I would say I would put Thanksgiving above this as well. Yes, obviously. But he was filming that, so they got director Tim Miller to do the reshoots. And part of me wonders, what was the original movie of this before wherever the reshoots they did? Part of me wants to see that. Well, of course you can't do it in special features if it comes out on Blu-ray or whatever. But I wonder what was the original footage was, and it was R-rated, so. But it was reshoots and it's PG-13. There's basically no blood in this movie, so that's why it's PG-13. If there was no blood in this film, it could have been PG. But part of me would like to see that original footage. But and they could director Tim Miller to do the reshoots. Yeah, he directed the first Deadpool film. Okay, I like that one. But the thing is, though, he directed Terminator: Dark Fate. Pretty much one of the. To me, I thought it was worse. Genesis or this. Dark Fate. I would say Dark Fate was probably getting worse than this, but yeah, Terminator Dark Fate was a piece of shit movie as well, okay? Yeah, so that's why you get the guy who directed Terminator Dark Fate to do the reshoots. And look at the end result. PG-13 made the most bland, generic, boring movie, and which is basically which people already say it's a ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy, which I can see why. Yes, it is kind of like a generic ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy. They're not wrong there. But part of me just wonders what was going on behind the scenes of the original footage on that. And then now, like I said, I never played the Borderlands games. is it still a popular video game today? I think they came out an announcement of a fourth Borderlands game. I could be wrong. But I know people are into Fortnite and those other League of Legends. I know League of Legends because my brother plays League of Legends all the time, so I know that's still a popular game because he watches videos of people playing, doing competitions on the games. So I know League of Legends is still a popular game because I know my brother and my friend plays the games, online games, competing with other people too. So, but I think they announced a fourth Borderlands game. Could be wrong, but the thing is, was it still popular enough to get a movie? But if that is, it didn't help because the film, like I said, the film bombed so badly. It cost about from 110 to 120 million, in between there. Domestically, I think it made it about 16, 17 million. And then worldwide, it made about 20-some million. So it's definitely a huge flop. It's probably one of the biggest flops of this year. If not, it could make the list of biggest box office flops of all time. Maybe. But it's definitely one of the biggest flops of this year. Definitely. So I guess all the those reshoots were not worth it. But like I said, to me, I don't think it's not as crazy bad as people make it out to be. Like I said, I've seen a lot worse movies that are much more bad and worse than Borderlands is. But like I said, okay, and as for the film itself, as a comedy, it's not funny. As for an action film, action was boring and bland and not much. Especially a whole lot of CGI, green screen, CGI explosions. Pretty much, like I said, it's PG-13. There's no blood. Not that I ever saw. I didn't hardly see any blood in this film at all. Like I said, if there's no blood, it could probably say pass off as a PG rating. And I think they were trying to do, I don't know. I think they're trying to make this film as an experiment, because, hey, it's like, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy were hits, right? Borderlands is a popular video game series. Because, hey, last year, Super Mario Brothers, the movie was a hit. I mean, Pokemon, Detective Pikachu, that was a big hit. The Sonic the Hedgehog movies were very successful. So they try to pull make other successful other video games and make its own spin Guardians of the Galaxy. A little bit Mad Max because the planet of this movie, the it takes place on, it's pretty much a desert wasteland. It's kind of off of Mad Max. So it's kind of it was kind of like an experiment, and it failed. It was an experiment film, and it failed. That's one other thing to put it. An experiment movie, and it failed. Now, for the cast, okay. Your lead is what was her name? Lilith, played by Cate Blanchett. And honestly, I would say she did the best she could. Acting-wise, because, hey, she's a good actress. I think she won an Oscar. I forget what movie, though, but yeah, she is a good actress, though, Cate Blanchett. And I think she, because, hey, her doing this type of movie, a little more action sci-fi, a little bit goofy, Well, she's not goofy. Her acting's not goofy, though, but I'm saying the whole premise of the film, right? I mean, okay, she started Thor Ragnarok. That was kind of fun, even though a little too much of the comedy, though, but still. As her character of Hela, the goddess of death, she was fun. So, okay, she gets started in another type of movie like this, right? But I would say best. So she did the best she can. What she had to do, script wise and acting wise. Cate Blanchett, she was not bad at all. She wasn't. Kevin Hart, he's the character role, and like I said, one of the few characters I know of. And I gotta say, I think I did not mind Kevin Hart in this movie. Now, at the same time, Kevin Hart is a plus and a minus in this movie because, okay, the minus, I think he's miscast. I think I think Idris Elba would have been a better choice. I think there's one thing, I think he was miscast. That's the minus, but on the plus side for Kevin Hart in this movie, I actually did not mind him because I think he was being less goofy and less annoying, like he's usually like the comedies he usually does, right? Being very goofy, you know, being the short guy, goofy, funny, right? And sometimes I think he's annoying though, but I didn't really pretty much didn't see the case of this movie. I think he was being a little more serious. You know, he's shooting people. There was, you know, with his guns or the big machine gun. I didn't think he wasn't that quite annoying in this movie. I think he was more serious in this role. Okay, yes, okay, cool. You know, he's doing a different type of role. You know, just going from his normal goofy self like he does in his other comedies, right? Okay, I do appreciate that from Kevin Hart because, I mean, I'm not really big on Kevin Hart though, but I did like him in the one film Central Intelligence with him and Dwayne Johnson because I liked his performance in that because I liked his character. You know, his character in that film in Central Intelligence, you know, he was being the kind guy that he was. You know, in the beginning of the movie, you know, in the high school, helping the young Dwayne Johnson in the gym, right? And I just liked his character in Central Intelligence, right? So that was one of Kevin Hart's better movies. Here, like I said, I did not mind him at all because I think he was not annoying in this. I think he toned down on his more goofy motif that he usually does. So that's a plus I would say I give to Kevin Hart. I think Kevin Hart, I did not mind him in this movie at all either. Being a little more serious, okay? But at the same time, like I said, I think he was also miscast as well. To me, I think it would be a bit better if like an actor like Idris Elba would have been better as Roland, because the character, I think Roland, he's more bigger and bulkier or stockier or whatever. I think Idris Elba would have been a better choice in my opinion, though. But at the same time, like I said, Kevin Hart, I think he did pretty fine for his role. You know, being more serious and less toned down on the goofiness that he does. Okay. Then we have the character Tiny Tina, played by Ariana Greenblatt. I did not like this character. I don't know if she was like this in the game or not, though, but she was annoying. Like, Kevin Hart was not annoying, but Ariana Greenblatt, she was annoying. Now, this girl, okay, she played younger Ahsoka in the Ahsoka TV series, right? Where Rosario Dawson played Ahsoka Tano. She played the younger Ahsoka. Or she played young Gamora from Avengers Infinity War. You know, Avengers Infinity War with the flashbacks or with younger kid Gamora, right? She played that. She played young Gamora in that, in Avengers Infinity War. Here, as Tiny Tina, she was annoying and she was irritating. She really did annoy me. Oh, like this, like she said in the trailer, I'm gonna make it rain with your body parts. And, of course, in the scene that was in the trailer where she didn't roll up the window and she got pissed on her face. I'm like, yeah, good, you deserve it, because you're annoying as shit. Which Kevin Hart told him to roll the window, but she didn't. So yeah, she was annoying and irritating. Then you got, what was it, I don't forget the guy's name, but the guy who played Ivan Drago's son from the Creed movies. From Creed 1 and 2, and he also appeared in that one, he was that one-arm, no, that double-bladed guy in Shang-Chi, you know, the Marvel film Shang-Chi. He was the whatever he was in Shang-Chi, the Russian or whatever, or French, whatever. He had no hands, but his hands were like the blades. He's in this as this psycho named Krieg, who joins the team. You don't know nothing about this guy. You know backstory, no story. He just, after when Kevin Hart rescues Ariana Greenblatt, he likes them for whatever reason and joins up with them. You know, he follows them, joins them, no reason at all. Don't know about his story, no backstory, nothing. We don't know about this. I don't know anything about this character. He just took a liking to them and he joins them to be different from his army of psychos. That's what they're called, because they wore the same mask. They're called psychos. So the guy who played Ivan Drago's son as his character Krieg, nothing about him. Jack Black as he voices as this robot, another character from the game named Claptrap. First of all, okay, his character, he just won't shut up. Another character I thought was annoying. He just wouldn't shut up. In stupid dialogue he says, scanning, scanning. Oh, please be quiet. Sure, scanning. Or or the scene where he walks into this, or he rolls to this vending machine, and he says, "Hey, sugar chips." Yeah, again, there's a saying you can say, "Yeah, hey, sugar tits," but it says sugar chips. And of course, they're in the scene where you see him from the trailer. He gets shot at, right? He repels the bullets, and then later he shits a bunch of bullets out. And then we toss some guys in a hole. Step aside, bitches. Jack Black was annoying in this film. His character, he just would not shut up, along with Tiny Tina. And of course, I don't like Jack Black right now because of the stupid shit he says. Oh, what he says about forget about the Biden democracy shit on Trump. I'm like, shut up, Jack Black. And plus, shave that fucking beard off, okay? It looks god awful on you, okay? That big old bushy beard he has, it looks god awful on you, all right? Shave that shit off. I'm pissed. I'm pissed at Jack Black, okay? I don't get into political things, but some of the shit he says, it was annoying as shit. So right now, fuck off, Jack Black, okay? I've not seen Kung Fu Panda 4. Because of those, I would not see Kung Fu Panda 4. So, yeah, like I said, shave that fucking beard off. It looks god awful on you. Piss off, Jack Black. And your character was annoying as shit as well. Just like you in real life, you just want to not shut up, all right? Just like Claptrap, who wouldn't shut up, you wouldn't shut up in real life. So, piss off, Jack Black. I don't care, okay? I don't, because certain things that people say just pisses me off, alright? But, off that matter, okay? And then the last cast member, you have Jamie Lee Curtis, who, she felt so out of place in this movie. I think it's another bad miscasting. I like Jamie Lee Curtis, but the thing is, she felt so out of place in this film. It was a weird casting choice for her to be in this film. She just felt so out of place. She did not fit in this film at all. But she's an archaeologist who, well, I'll get into her character later on though. But the thing is, though, she's like like a paranoid, kind of like a neat freak. She's like kind of like somewhat germophobic. They're in the vehicle and there's this thing where they cleans her face. She kind of likes like being clean. But like I said. Oh, that's right. Fuck. Now I remember what film another film I thought was worse than this. It just hit me right now. Yeah, like I said, Phantom Web, Night Swim, that Magical World of the N-Word, and then oh, I saw the next movie was not this movie though, but it's the next one. Alien Romulus. I did see Alien Romulus. That film pissed me off more. Okay, that film to me is overrated. I don't get the praise for it. To me, that film is worse than this movie because that film pisses me off more. It did. That film pisses me off more. Borderlands, I would say, is much better than Alien Romulus because I think it's overrated. Because that film just see, Borderlands did not make me mad at all. To me, it was just a boring, forgettable movie. Alien Romulus pissed me off more. It made me want to scream out more. Especially the characters, except for that character Andy, which I think was, to me, the only likable character I liked, but the rest of the characters were not great at all, and the third act was pissed me off more. Alien Romulus, yeah. That's not the next review after this. It's another review, though, but Alien Romulus will be further down the line, so be prepared for that further in the future. Because that film makes me want to scream. Yeah. In my room, no one can hear you scream. Well, you can't because you're on YouTube, so you can't. So no one can hear. No one around you can hear me scream. So, But yeah, it just hit me. Yeah, that film pissed me off more. But anyway, like I said, Borderlands did not make me mad at all. Alien Romulus is much worse than this film. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not lying. Okay, so all that aside now, I know it's been how many minutes I'm not in the plot. Okay, it's basically there's this planet called Pandora, which I'm like, hasn't that name been used a lot of times and all things? It was used in the Avatar films called Pandora. Now, if it's the name of the game, okay, I can't argue on that though. But that thing has become like a generic name over the time, especially when it's in the Avatar movies. This name called Pandora. But if it's in the game, I can't argue about that. But to me, it's just like, really, it's called Pandora. It's this treasure planet. I think it was and it's this desert wasteland. It's kind of like that's all it is. It's a desert wasteland, like Mad Max is. Setting wise, and there's talks this prophecy where there's this big vault, and Cate Blanchett, she's narrating this, by the way. And so they make it with Tiny Tina. She's rescued by Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart rescues her, and then there's a joke where he can't take his helmet off and he can't breathe. I'm like, come on. Don't try to be like Spaceballs, okay? Spaceballs is a far better comedy than this film is. By none, okay? Or bar none, you know? Kevin Hart, he's not Rick Moranis, okay? Rick Moranis was the star, stole the show for me, because he got the most laughs out of me in Spaceballs. Yeah, like I said, because with his helmet... I can't breathe in this thing! Ha ha ha, that joke was not funny. It's way better in Spaceballs. Rick Moranis beat you to it, Kevin Hart, I'm sorry. But he does go and shoot, he shoots a lot of people, but the thing is, though, the action scenes is not much to run home about. It's just basically basic run-of-the-mill, boring action. It has no impact at all whatsoever. It's just boring action. Nothing new. And like I said, then that psycho Krieg, you know, for some reason takes a liking to them, and then he goes and joins them. For whatever reason, it's not explained. Oh, and by the way, for those wondering, I took notes down because I didn't want to forget anything, because after this, I'm never going to watch this movie again, so it's better if I just write down what I have here and then forget about it afterwards, because I'm never going to see this film again. So it's best if I took down notes for this one, because I don't want to miss anything in case anyone points out. So then you have the lead bad guy who leads this army of psychos that Krieg left. The lead bad guy is played by Edgar Ramirez. Now, Edgar Ramirez, he's an actor, I think he's hit and miss for me. Although I did like him when he was a priest in that horror film, Deliver Us from Evil with Eric Bana. I actually like that film. It was one of those better exorcism type movies because it was also produced by Jerry Bruckheimer as well. But I like the fact that it was like an exorcist type movie, but it was done from a cop's point of view. That's why one of the intriguing things I liked about it. I think Eric Bana did a good job. And I think Edgar Ramirez as the priest, I think he did a good job in that film as well. But I know he played Ares from the sequel Wrath of the Titans. He's been in some other films too. He was in that Tony Scott film Domino with Keira Knightley and Mickey Rourke. To me, that was one of Tony Scott's one of his weakest movies. But Edgar Ramirez, I liked him in Deliver Us from Evil. Here, as the lead bad guy, he's just basically as generic. He's how a generic bad guy can come. That's what it is. He's just as generic of a bad guy as they can come. That basically sums up for him. But he goes to Cate Blanchett, who offers him this amount of money to bring back his daughter. That's Ariana Greenblatt. So she goes to because Pandora, the planet Pandora was originally where Cate Blanchett was from when she was a kid, right? And then she meets with the robot Claptrap, who was mysteriously programmed for her. That got me thinking, okay, this planet where she originally was from, her mother abandoned her and then gave her to Jamie Lee Curtis, because Jamie Lee Curtis is Cate Blanchett's surrogate mother. And then all these other stuff that's happened, we're like, okay, Claptrap is mysteriously programmed for her. And then later there was this prophecy, you know. I wonder how that's all going to play out, right? That's another thing about this film. It's predictable as well. It was predictable. When I put all this I'm hearing, I'm putting two and two together, you know. It was predictable. But anyway, moving on. Like I said, yeah, mother abandoned her. That's her Jamie Lee Curtis. Prophecy. This big vault. And so them and Claptrap, and then Claptrap finds them pretty easily. You know, the Tiny Tina, Roland, Yellow, and Krieg finds them pretty easily. Especially, it was like a photo of the girl, right? She finds them very easily. Like, he has this network. It shows, oh, let me look at this picture. They're over there. I'm like, why Edgar? If Edgar Ramirez had that, what was the point of? He could have done that himself. Just to have this network and then just find out where they have this picture and locate where they're at. Okay, what was the point of hiring Cate Blanchett, you know, and with a robot, you know? But I mean, if Claptrap could do it and find them that easily, why couldn't Edgar Ramirez and his army could have done that, you know? But I think I'm not supposed to not look too deep into that, I guess. And so, and that's when when she finds Tiny Tina, she tries to bomb them with these animal plushies that are filled with bombs. And I guess what term does she use to describe them? It's like it's a padoink-a-doink or padonkadunk. Yeah. I think it was just called, it was a padunkadunk. I'm like, describe the bomb like, is it why whatever. And then that's when they join together, they're driving, they get in Kevin Hart's vehicle, they're driving. That's what the scene in the trailer where they're driving to this piss valley where Tina wouldn't roll up the window. Kevin Hart was telling her to, and then she got splashed in the face with piss. So that's another thing. Yeah, this film was a piss stuff. Even though it was in the trailer, but still, piss. Right? An alley with guys. She was like, guys, it was a piss. Well, I was like, good. You deserve it. You deserve to have a face full of piss. Good thing it wasn't acid. So. And then the drive-in, like, the whole car chase, you know, like, it's all CGI, green screen, and, well, Kevin Hart does, like, a sharp turn, and the cars roll over, CGI. And, of course, there's a scene in the trailer where this big CGI creature pops up. They jump into it after shooting the missiles into it. It blows up as they get out of it. It's nothing. The creatures are just basically bland as they come, you know, no creative designs whatsoever, and like I said, CGI, no practical at all. I mean, I do give credit to Alien Romulus one thing, okay? Yeah, there is amount of CGI in the film, but at least there were certain moments where they were practical. You know, the facehuggers and the xenomorphs, of course, there was practical in them, so that's why I'll give credit to Alien. I'll give a positive to Alien Romulus. They still did use practical effects, although mixed with CGI though still. But at least they still used practical on the aliens for wherever they used it on, what time that you saw them on screen, you know. So, but here there was no practical. Everything is CGI, everything, so... And no blood at all. And so they get to this other part, there's this... They get to this other city, or this casino, and they meet with... They meet with Gina Gershon. I'm like, that's her, Gina Gershon? Well, yeah, of course, it makes sense, because Eli Roth used her previously in Thanksgiving. I think I didn't mention she was in that film when I reviewed Thanksgiving. If I did, I'm sorry, but she was in that film as well. But, okay, Gina Gershon, you know, from Out for Justice with Steven Seagal. She was also in Face Off from director John Woo. Of course, Showgirls. She was also in that film as well, Showgirls. But yeah, Gina Gershon. Okay, she's in this. Well, she at the casino, and she basically she's there. She tells them where to go, and they also get another appearance from comedian and podcaster Bobby Lee. Now I've heard of Bobby Lee. I haven't watched much of this thing. I've heard of him though. I know he was on Mad TV, and he's a podcaster as well. He's only there. He's only in it for a little bit. In the end result, he gets stun gunned. Well, he didn't die though, so that's good. But okay, hey, Bobby Lee. Okay. I was like, I've heard of him, but I just didn't watch too much of his comedy or podcast or stuff that he does. I know he was, like I said, I know he was in Mad TV, etc. and stuff like that, right? I know, yeah, because he was also in Harold and Kumar as well. So yeah. Okay, nice to see Bobby Lee in there, but he wasn't not in it that much though. And they think that Tiny Tina, she's the one to be the key to open the vault. The key, but I do this because you'll find out later on it's not her, but they assume it's her. That's why Edgar Ramirez wants her back. And then now they go to visit to see Jamie Lee Curtis. Like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis, I like Jamie Lee Curtis, but the thing is though, she looks so out of place in this film. This film did not fit her at all. She did not fit to be in this film at all. It's not her. Big sci-fi stuff like this is not in her wheelhouse. I mean, the last sci-fi film I think she starred in was that film Virus. That was another flop as well. But I know Jamie Lee Curtis. She said I know she hated that movie Virus. She thinks that's one of the worst movies she's ever done. I'm sorry, Jamie. You've made worse. You know, at least Virus had some great practical effects, because it was done by a guy who did. It was directed by a guy who did practical effects. Who did special effects. William also with William Baldwin and Donald Sutherland as well. But you know, at least Virus had some great special effects, some really good practical effects. But that was about it though. Yeah, Virus does suck though. I do agree with you on that though, Jamie. It does suck though, but it's not the worst one you did. You did those atrocious Halloween trilogy from director David Gordon Green, especially Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. The first one, it still sucks though, but still, especially Halloween Ends. Oh my god, Halloween Ends. Oh my god. No, to me, those are the worst ones you've done. Okay. To me, yeah, Virus sucks though, but it's not worse. You made worse. That atrocious Halloween trilogy, those are much worse. And some things you spoke out, you know, you were kind of full of crap on as well, though, about those Halloween movies. But yeah, but Jamie Lee Curtis in this film, she was so out of place. She did not fit in the role well. It was weird to see her in. Like I said, she's kind of like a germ freak, you know. The thing she was always thinking about cleaning her hands, and there's this device like in the car that cleans your face, you know. And then one leading to another, they get into a fight. They shoot. They shoot. Of course, in this scene where they're all fighting, and you have the song "Ace of Spades" by Motorhead playing, which I like that song though. Just wish it was in a better movie. But you have that song that's playing, and then there's a scene where they go into the elevator, and Kevin Hart, he stays behind, which they tackle him, and then of course he's not gonna die because the next scene he rises out from under the people, you know, and he's all right. And of course the rest of the gang in the elevator, they go so high and so fast, they should have been dead. Really, if they were going up that high and that fast, they should have been dead. But it's a film, so you're not supposed to look into logic, so logic is out the window. And I think also, and for some reason, I think they teleported as well, because Tiny Tina was somewhere else. Like, did she help teleport them out of there? I have no idea. So that's another thing that was weird. And then Edgar Ramirez, and then she's talking to Cate Blanchett again. And of course, like I said, saying that the offer still stands to bring her. And of course, Tiny Tina, being the little idiot that she is, she mishears them, right? Misinterprets, and saying that, hey, Cate Blanchett is screwing us over. They knock her out. And then it gets themselves captured as well, which I'm like, well, I guess you deserve it, because... And then... Yeah, so they get captured, yeah. Which, because they're idiots. And then Kevin Hart... For some reason... Like, the gang is surrounded, right? Like, in a circle, right? Now, Kevin Hart, instead of, like, being somewhere off in the distance, away from them, so she could shoot them from a distance, take them out, though... Right, with a long-range weapon, so they can't see you, but you shoot them, take them out, though. No, instead, he rappels down right in the middle of the circle with them. Yeah, he's shooting, though, but the thing is, though, that was a dumb move on Kevin Hart's part. Because instead of just being away from them and shooting them from a distance, no, it says he rappels down right into the very middle of the center. I'm like... That was a dumb move. And then, oh, the big reveal. Cate Blanchett reveals that she's the one that's the prophecy. She's the special one, right? Not Tiny Tina. No, it's... Which I'm like, yeah, because I saw the clues, right? Claptrap. Mysteriously programmed, right? Oh, mother abandoned her, you know, left with Jamie Lee Curtis, etc., right? This place where she originally was from. I kind of put the clues together. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, yeah, because this is what at this point, by this time, when they were at Jamie Lee Curtis's place, that's when Claptrap was saying to that vending machine, "Hey, sugar chips," saying sugar tits is sugar chips. He was getting shot, and the bullets deflected on him, and then he shits out a bunch of bullets. Like I said, he wouldn't shut up. But then, But of course, Cate Blanchett tells them that, hey, if I do this, don't hurt them, please. If I do this, but of course they don't keep their word. Because bad guys never keep their word. You know, it's like what Yondu said in Guardians Volume 2, right? He's like, looking for you, my word don't mean squat. Michael Rooker as Yondu in Volume 2. He's like, looking for you, my word don't mean squat. Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, like I said, the bad guys, they never keep the word. Their words are never worth squat. But then, and then that's what Cate Blanchett, I guess this is from the video game, I guess, where she grows wings, like fire wings, she's called the Firehawk. And the whole fight is boring as hell. Nothing, like I said, it's run-of-the-mill, by-the-numbers action. That's what it is. And then they're in the vault, it's a void, and Edgar Ramirez gets dragged by this creature. He gets dragged away. And then, they'll get out, The team celebrates. Best end of the movie. So, jeez, I'm over 45 minutes on this thing. Jeez. They want to be this long, though. But, like I said, the film it sums up in one word. It's generic. You know, like we're seeing, like I said, it's a generic ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's forgettable, which I will forget about this after this review is done, because like this is why I took notes. I hardly ever take notes because usually I have things memorized in my head though, but I just didn't want to feel like I missed anything just in case, so that's why I took notes. Like I said, I hardly ever take notes, but I just feel like I didn't want to miss anything. So, but like I said, this film it's forgettable. It was predictable. I can see what was going on with Cate Blanchett's character. Oh, she's the prophecy the whole entire time. Like, yeah, I kind of got the clues, you know. But like I said, I'm not as mad as people make it out to be, or people may not make the film out to be. I'm not as mad as they are, you know. That's why I mean, it's not. This is not a full-on rant, because if it was a full-on rant, the word rant I usually do in my titles, right, would be in big capitals. That's not the case in this film. I'm not mad at the. It didn't get me full-on mad. That's the thing. It didn't get me mad at all. It's just a boring movie. It was just a boring, generic film that I'll probably forget about it, and maybe after this, when this review is up, maybe though. But I wasn't as mad. To me, it wasn't as crazy as bad as critics make it out to be. To me, it wasn't as bad as the 10% Rotten Tomatoes as the people put it out to be. But although, like I said, I've seen a lot worse that makes Borderlands look like a masterpiece. Like I said, the magical world of the M word, if you want me to say that. Like I said, Night Swim, Madam Web, Alien Romulus, and then the next one, as coming up after this review, that's also, I think, is worse than this movie. All those movies make Borderlands look like a masterpiece compared to those movies. I'm not even kidding. And like I said, I don't know what gave the idea to give Eli Roth the directing chair for this film. I don't know what idea, whoever gave him the permission to direct this film, because this is not his wheelhouse at all, you know. It is not. Like I said, the best film he's did I did not mind, was the Death Wish from 2018 remake. And I actually like the Thanksgiving movie as well. I actually like that film too. So, but this is not the right movie. This is not the right movie for him to direct, and it didn't help with the reshoots at all from director Tim Miller of Terminator: Dark Fate. Didn't help at all because the film was a massive flop. Didn't matter. Critics tore the film apart. Well, to me, I didn't tear this film apart that much. I'm just like, it's just forgettable. That's what it is. Generic and forgettable. So like I said, I wasn't quite as mad at the movie as a lot of people think it is. Although, another positive I will say, it is a short movie. It is about 90-some minutes, minus end credits. So at least this film was not over a 2-hour movie, so I'll give it a credit to this movie. At least it wasn't that. It was cool to hear the song Ace of Spades by Motorhead. The cast, Cate Blanchett did the best she could. Same with Kevin Hart, you know. Kevin Hart, at least he was not annoying in this movie like he usually is, or he was less goofy. He was being a bit more serious. Which, okay. I appreciate that from Kevin Hart. I did not mind him in the film, but at the same time, I thought he was miscast. I think Idris Elba would have been better, although it would not help the movie, though, but still. But, you know, I do appreciate that Kevin Hart was just toning down on the goofiness that he usually does, you know, so. So, that's another thing. I did not mind him in this film at all. I know Ariana Greenblatt, she was irritating in this film. Like, she was annoying, too. Did not like her character. Same with Claptrap. He just wouldn't shut up as well, which, like I said, was what Jack Black nowadays. He just doesn't know when to shut up either. But Claptrap, yeah, his dialogue was annoying too. Like I said, he just wouldn't shut up. Which I also think my friend who also saw the Borderlands, even he thinks that Jack Black was miscast. You know, he was annoying too. So I'm not alone in that either. And the guy who played Ivan Drago's son from the Creed movies, as his character Krieg, which I thought he was referring to, so I thought his name was Creed, because it kind of sounds the same, you know, Creed. But, you know, I don't know nothing about this guy, no backstory about his, you know, he just all of a sudden just taking a liking to Kevin Hart and Tiny Tina and just goes along with them, no reason whatsoever. So we don't know nothing about him. The action was bland and boring, by the numbers, run of the mill, CGI, green screen, CGI creatures, CGI explosions. The comedy was not funny. It wasn't. And Jamie Lee Curtis, like I said, she felt so out of place in this film. She did not fit the film at all. She didn't. It was weird to see her in this. But like I said, she's made worse, like I said. Oh yeah. So yeah. Yeah, that's right. Another film I did not care for this year, it just came to me, yeah. Godzilla and Kong, New Empire. I did not like that film either. Now, when I say that one, I would say, is that worse than this? I don't know yet. That's another film I did not like this year, was Godzilla, Kong's New Empire. Oh, and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Speaking of empires, yeah, both empires suck. New Empire sucked, Frozen Empire sucked. See, it's all coming back to me now. I think I'm beginning burned down now. It's all coming back to me now. Those, I would say, now I think about it, yes, I would say those are much worse than Borderlands. Yes. So, yeah. To me, yeah, Borderlands is getting a gold star because it's proving to be much better than those other movies I'm mentioning. Like I said, Borderlands was not the point it made me mad at all. It's just it's boring. It's just generic. It was like forgettable, and it's like, you know, that kind of tone, you know. And like I said, Edgar Ramirez, generic bad guy, as bland as you can get. Nice to see Bobby Lee and Gina Gershon in there as well, but only just for the little time they have. But yeah, Borderlands was not good at all, though, but it wasn't as bad as a lot of people think it is. To me, like I said, Alien Romulus pisses me off more. Like, other ones, like Madam Web is much worse. Night Swim is much worse. Like I said, Godzilla, Kong, New Empire, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, Magical World, the N-word, if you want to say it, be like that, is worse than this. Zero hasn't been good at all this year, you know. Like I said, I mean, what films I did like, yes, there has been films I like this year, but there's been a few. But yeah, this film was not good though. It didn't suck so much for me, but it just like it's not good though either. So yeah, that's my review on Borderlands. I gotta stop now, otherwise it's gonna be an hour on this movie. So, but yeah, that's my review on Borderlands. This is like, that's the bland, generic, by the number. This is basically what I know. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next movie review. We'll see you next time. Later.